Using the type tool has always been traditionally easier, I have found, in Illustrator rather than Photoshop. So all you got to do is just delete that, so we can go back to the beginning. So just click on the type tool or T on the keyboard, and then you can either click and start typing. It fills it in for you so you know what's going on. Let's call that design group. Okay. Or you can make the text box and then go design group UK. So you see you've got all the general, make it larger or smaller. If you just want to snap it to the size of some, say I've gone a bit overboard with the size of the text box there. So if you double click on this little button here, snaps to the size, and then you can make it larger or smaller if you want. Or if you want to keep this the same size but make your text box larger, if that's white, you just want to double click until it goes black. Then you can make the text box larger or smaller. Delete that one. So we can make this larger. One of the nice things about type tool now is you've got some really nice little features. Some of these aren't new to the newest version. They've been around for a little while, but this is just a quick overview of what you can do. If you select all your text and hold down Alt and then go left or right on your keyboard, you can change the gaps between the letters. So you can make them really tight in or really far apart. And the same goes for, so if I double click this, oops, no, other one. So if I double click that, make this box bigger, and then click T for the type tool, and go underneath, so we'll go tutorials. The same can be applied for the space between the lines as well, so if you hold down Alt, and go up or down. Or if I just want to select this bottom one and make this the same length, just hold the right button, hold down Alt, and just click right until it matches. So you can select these, and your properties panel again has changed to match. So you've got your paragraphs here, so you can change how it's laid out. You've got your fonts up here, so you can decide what font you want it to be. And then these are the actual settings. So that's the size there. That's the distance. I mean, this is what I've just shown you with the Alt. And then there's a whole heap of different ones there. So you can actually, so there's a whole bunch of different ones there that you can just have a look at and have a little play around with. It's just, you just have a little play with those. With this fonts here is not unlike the Photoshop. So if you choose your favorite ones, so say I like Garamond, Pro Bold and Polyhedral and a bunch of other ones. So you've starred those as your favorite. If you click on the little star up here, it'll only show you the ones that you've starred. So if you undo those, and then we undo that, and then we redo it, it's just got the ones that have been starred. Let's say you're working on a font and you've got Design Group UK tutorials. There you go. So you've chosen this creep heavy, and you want a similar font. It's this button here, show similar fonts, and it'll show you all the fonts that are similar. So it doesn't always hit the mark dead on. I mean, I would say that one doesn't necessarily fit in with these, but it's pretty good, especially if you're just looking for something that's in the basic ballpark. And you just click back on that, and then these VAR fonts are quite good as well, because if it has the VAR, it's a variable font. So if we choose Acumen here, it comes up with this variable font, and you get little sliders, and these sliders are quite nice. So you can actually change, you can just radically change the font. So with the weight, you make it skinny or fat, so thick or thin, I suppose. So you can change the width like that, or the actual width of the actual letters themselves, or the actual slant as well. So you can move that across. So you could actually start with a font that looks like that, or a font that looks like this, and that's the same font, but because it's variable, it's the same font, but because it's variable, you've changed the settings, so you can actually have radically different fonts from one font. So typing on a path, so if you go up to your pen tool, let's make a bit of a curve, make that into a stroke there. If you click on type on a path tool, you just click at the beginning there, fills it in for you, design group, okay. So it works in exactly the same process again, but it's just working, so you can variable the font, but it's just working on a path there, so you can actually set it in the middle if you want, or on the end of this path. There, you just want to make sure you click at the beginning, not in the middle, and it'll actually work across the path that you've made. The one other one is vertical type tool, so sort of it's pretty self-explanatory. Using your alt, so it works in exactly the same way. It's just going up and down, or I think they've got vertical type on a path as well. So if you were to make a path that went down, like the one I just showed you, but going down, it'll do exactly the same thing.